Internet is of paramount importance because I cannot do anything without the internet. So for me to even find the gaps in knowledge or to come up with ideas of what research to do, I need to go to the internet. I need to read what other researchers have done. And for that, I need the internet to download the papers, to read the journals, as well as to network with other people. So we also do collaborations with other people as well, who are at the University of Cornell in the US and as well as in the UK. So for that, we still need the internet to share the data that we've generated from here and even to communicate as well as to save the data. So as you know, part of the research is generating the data, analyzing the data, and as well as writing or disseminating the research findings. All these are done via the internet. And we also use the internet to save our data safely in our servers. For us to do that, we need an internet that is of high speed. We need an internet that is reliable. We need an internet that is secure, that when we've kept our data, we can store the data for a prolonged period, so that whenever we want to do maybe a research again or to retrieve that data, to analyze the data, we should be able to find it. So internet is important. So I joined MOW in 2016. So from that, I can actually testify that during that period, the internet was very slow, and we're not able to do some of the studies or the analysis that we are able to do now, because the internet then was not reliable. The internet then was not fast enough. But with the coming of the MAREN, we've seen the improvement. So like we were able to download the data at a fast speed. We're able to actually run our analysis panel or analysis pipeline within the short period of time. So in summary, I can say that the coming of MAREN has improved our research productivity, has improved our research activities, and has made the research work relatively easier compared to when things were back then. So like I said, my study is an immunology-based study. So it starts from the sample processing. So we do all the sample processing, and then we acquire our data based on the machines that we have. And then from that data is now then we employ several other softwares that requires the internet. So for example, we use the FROJO software that we use internet for us to actually analyze that data and make sense of that data, to see what trends are there and what is the data telling us, and what other research questions can we ask from that data. Apart from that, we also do what we call sequencing work, and these are the molecular lab work that we actually assess the DNAs and RNA and the transcription and all that. And for that analysis, we need an internet that is reliable, because for that we use bioinformatics tools that some of them requires the stable internet for us to analyze the data, to analyze the complete set of the pipelines, and to come up with a meaning of data sets. So like I said, that I'm a student. I'm registered with the University of Glasgow in Scotland, but I'm based here in Malawi. That means for me I need to be in constant touch with my supervisors. We use different tools like Zoom. So for example, like I said, I'm a final year student that I'm registered with the University of Glasgow, but I'm based here in Malawi. But I need to be presenting my data. I need to be presenting my research work to them. So we meet weekly via Zoom, where I'm able to present my data. I'm able to also share my data sets that I've generated here. I am able to upload them on the OneDrive, for example, so that they can access them and analyze also on their part. And apart from that, we also have existing collaborations with other institutions. So for example, in my research group, we collaborate, most of our work we collaborate with the University of Cornell in the US, as well as University of Liverpool. So what we do there is sometimes we can just upload our data, and so that everyone from both ends is able to access the data and analyze and give feedback from each other. So as a researcher in low and middle income countries, there are some other softwares that are kind of limited and they are expensive. So this limits our research capacity. We cannot access those, or we cannot analyze some of the data because we don't have the access to that license or to that particular software. So I would love if MAREN would have come in and maybe subsidize those licenses so that as a students, as trainees, or as faculty members, we're able to access those licenses, and then maybe that can improve our research capabilities and that can help us produce quality research.